Tell the feeling like I'm in my damn mind. Tell the feeling like I'm rapping a damn lie. Tell the feeling like my life is a damn game. Nigga really wanna die in the night time. Only time I feel feeling low. That's why I tell it on my face that I'm down low. Only time I my mind when I'm all alone.
Hey, what's up guys? Today we have a Despia branded deck profile. This deck is coming out in, let's see, they said April 15th and today it's the 11th, so 4 days from now. Hopefully 4 days. Actually, I want it to come out after the 17th since we have like a store championship. It's like a small locals. I don't want to play against people with this deck. It's not fun for the player that you're playing against. It's very, very powerful. Especially if you're able to set up like double masquerade. That's 1200 every time they activate a spell. That's every time they want to activate an effect. Very, very powerful. I have mixed feelings about this deck because this makes branded fusion a staple in every single deck, and I don't want to see players just bring out Dragoon every single turn. So since I'm a Sky Striker player, like I love Sky Strikers, even though I have Fluandries, but I leave that to my younger brother. So he's actually beaten me twice in tournaments so far, so like in locals, not tournaments, but like still. Let's just get straight into the video. First of all, we have 3 Aluber, the Jester of Despia. This is the starter of the card, the card you want to see the most. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can just add a branded spell or trap. Here's the thing, there's an effect that most people forget, and it's the effect Engrave. When a fusion monster leaves the field, because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card and target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate it. Just, that's very powerful. Moving on, of course 3 Aluber. Today my brain is turned off. It's the first day back to school after the spring break, and I'm not happy about that. Okay, so we have 2 Despian Tragedy. Yeah, I read this name. I read this name first, and I was like, Despian of Tragedy. What? Okay, then Despian Tragedy. So we're playing 2 Despian Tragedy. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished by a card effect, you can add a Despia monster from your deck to your hand, except himself. So you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 branded spell and trap in your graveyard. Set it. That's pretty good. But by the when you use the effect of Despian Tragedy and like get off your combo, the effect to set from grave is not gonna be very useful for you next turn because you already got off like most of your combo. We have 1 Dramaturge of Despia. If a fusion synchro or if an extra deck monster is on the field, you can target one of you can special summon this card. Oh, sorry, I mixed the effects up. If a fusion synchro Xyz or link monsters is special summon, so when the opponent special summons a monster from the extra, you can just target an effect monster on the field, negate it. It's this simple. If this card is used as fusion material, you can just special summon it. It's that simple. Moving on, we have Ad Libitum of Despia. You can make all your monsters on the field, currently on the field, gain 8 attack equal to their own level times 100. Basically, if it has 8 levels, it gains 800. If it has 3 levels, it gets 300, and so on. If this card is used as fusion material or sent to graveyard or banished, you can target a fusion monster and then special summon it. So that's good, but it's niche. It's not the best. Like most of the time, you're gonna be using Dramaturge. Dramaturge, yeah. It's better, to be honest. Moving on, we have 2 Fallen of Albaz. By the way, since we're here, if you look at this list, you might think, hey, but the Kali effect plays almost the exact same things. Well, yes, the Kali effect is one of the best YouTubers out there, YouTubers out there. So, of course, I'm gonna be taking some info from him, and if you noticed, I have changed a lot of stuff, except the extra deck. The extra deck is almost exactly the same. This is not the side deck, by the way, this is just this is later on, I'll speak about this later on in the video. We have 2 Fallen of Albaz. Fallen of Albaz is a very simple effect. Normal it, or normal or special. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can fusion summon using cards your opponent controls, as long as Fallen of Albaz is the only card used from your own field. You'll understand it once you read it. I'm not very good at explaining cards. So, Fallen of Albaz, you just normal Fallen of Albaz, activate, fuse with whatever extra deck monster and bring out an Ice Blade Dragon, Mirror Jade. It's that simple. And Mirror Jade is a banish, and like it's all sorts of broken, so that's that. We have a Springance Kit. Springance Kit is mostly the extender. It's a nice extender. If you have a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz, you can special summon this card. If this card is summoned, you can add one of your branded spells that is banished or in your deck or in your graveyard. So basically, just add a branded spell or trap anywhere, from anywhere. So that's really powerful. We also have this card. I knew this card existed. I just didn't know its name before today, since I built this today and like practiced it today. So it's called the Light Hex Sealed Fusion. Basically, it just substitutes itself for any one fusion monster, but the other fusion material. But the other fusion material must be correct. So this is usually used to bring out the Dragoon, and you can also use it to bring out what's the guy's name, Albion. So that's really good. I am playing the Edge Imp chain, the Frightful package, but it's not the best. It is very good. It is very good, but in my opinion, if you play the Brave Token engine, like there's a reason they're very expensive. They're really good. But I don't want, like, as the Kali effect, we don't want to like give you. YouTubers don't really like to give you just take list of the most competitive stuff, DPE, Brave Token, Despia, branded, one deck, you add an Eldritch Core, there you go, meta deck. Like, we don't want that. So we have two Edge Imp change. When this card, the first effect is irrelevant. When this card declares an attack, it's useless. But when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Frightful card. That is literally useless except to thin your deck or add yourself an extender for next turn. That's the only use for it. Then we're playing two Nibiru in here. If you have watched any of my previous videos, you know that I like to play very high impact hand traps, or at least one high impact hand trap. I love Nibiru. Okay. Every time when I see Nibiru, almost every single time I resolve Nibiru. So yeah. Nibiru at 2, it's better than 3 because, well, what if your opponent's playing Eldritch? That exists. What if your opponent's playing Brave Token? What do you do now? So Eldritch, Nibiru at 2, and we're also playing 2 Ash and 3 Ogres. The reason you're playing only 2 Ash and like 3 Ogres, why are you playing more Ogres than Ash? Ogre is very versatile this format. It was not as good like 2-3 formats ago, but now it's very powerful against Brave Tokens, against Sword Soul, against any deck that uses Halki, against almost anything. It's very powerful, and in some cases it's better than Ash. Now, that's it for the monsters. If you notice the ratios, we have 20 monsters, 20 spells, literally not a single trap, so that's cool. We have 3 Branded Fusion. Of course, 3 Branded Fusion. This card's coming out in the structure deck. It's very powerful. It allows you to fuse from the deck, hand or deck, not only deck. And it's as simple as that. You have to just special summon a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz. It's that simple. It makes Dragoon the next Dragoon, technically. Like, you can make Dragoon in more decks now, and you can just splash a branded engine anywhere. So yeah. Moving on, we have 3 Branded Opening. Branded Opening is just discard a card, add a Despia. Or you can special summon it. Usually, you're gonna go with the special summon effect to special summon a Luber and just proc his effect easily. And you cannot special summon monster from the extra deck except Fusion. The entire extra deck is Fusion. Who the hell cares? You can also, if Fusion monster is about to get destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from grave instead. So that's a nice effect. That's a nice additional effect. 2 Branded in red. This card used to be a 3-off, but now since we're also playing 3 Branded Opening, now we only play 2 Branded in red. Fusion, you can add the Despia monster or Fallen of Albaz in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Then you can fusion summon. You don't have to fusion summon. So that's that. And of course, we're playing the 1 Theater. Despia Theater of the Branded. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion monster. And if a face-up non-fusion fairy monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, or is destroyed by battle, you can target 1 level 8 or higher fusion monster in your grave. Special summon it. And you can only use this effect once. Great. This has always been a 1-off, never 2-off, never 3-off. It's always a 1-off. It's searchable, it's useful, but not too useful, and that's it. Now for the Frightful package, 3 Frightful Patchwork. This effect is so simple, and I'm pretty sure you can play this in other fusion decks too. Add 1 Edge Imp monster and 1 Polymerization from your deck to your hand. You can only activate this once. Great. Search a Polymerization, which by the way in most fusion decks is considered very good, and add an Edge Imp, which gives you a free material for Guardian Chimera. And by the way, that's practically a pot of it's just a +1. Like that's broken. Okay. And you can see why we're playing this here. Like, this is more of an extender rather than protect yourself with the Brave Token engine. Moving on, there's 2 Polymerization. If you activate Frightful Patchwork once and you drew the other Polymerization, the other 2 are dead. But I mean, it's still worth to play. It's still worth it to play 3 patchwork. So yeah, 3 super poly, because you can super poly almost every single deck in this format. You can super poly Eldritch, you can super poly Sky Strikers, you can super poly Sword Soul, you can super poly Prank Kids, you can super poly everything. So yeah, 3 super poly. And the thing that not many players have been maining in this format, 2 Dark Ruler no more. Now, are you guaranteed to win the die roll? No. No one's guaranteed to win the die roll. It's luck. Unless your opponent has a dice die, but who the hell cares about that? So, Dark Ruler is for those situations where you don't go first. Like, this is the go first deck. What if I don't go first? Like, well, what'll I do now? What if the opponent sets up like 3-4 negates, even though like I hand trapped him? Now that's where Dark Ruler comes in. I played against an Adamantimators online. They set up their entire board, Dark Ruler, and nothing. They just comboed and I won. Moving on, there's one Cold Buy. Cold Buy is Cold Buy. Protect yourself from Ash, protect yourself from Veiler, Lancea, Imper, no, not Imper. Veiler, Lancea, Ogre, Ash. And you can also use Cold Buy on the offensive, which most players know. You can like banish a card they target. That's really good. So, moving on to the extra deck, we have Proskenian. I never know how to read this guy's effect. Despian Proskenian. Okay. This guy's name, sorry, not the effect. Despian Proskenian. During the main phase, you can target an extra deck monster on your opponent's graveyard, banish it, or special summon it. So, if the opponent like targets, it's a quick effect by the way, so if the opponent targets like an extra deck monster in their graveyard to special summon with like Baron de Fleur or something, you can just activate this card to banish the target, or you can special summon it to your own field, which is really, really good. When this card destroys a monster by battle, that effect is not very relevant, but okay. 2 Guardian Chimeras. This deck is running a Frightful package, so Guardian Chimera is really good since you always have an extra free material for him. This card came out in, I think, Battles of Chaos or Brothers of Legend. It was Battle of Chaos. I'm not very sure though. It is Battle of Chaos. Yeah. So, basically, once this card is summoned, you can draw cards equal to the number of cards used as material from the hand, and then you can destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards used from the field. So that's really good. And there's also an effect regarding polymerization engrave. You can go ahead and find out yourself. And of course we're playing 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This is very simple. It's right now it's not affordable at all. Like, it's very expensive, but with the reprint in the tins, hopefully, Dragoon will become a bit cheaper, and most players will be able to afford them. There's a 1-card combo with Branded Fusion. In case you didn't know, they can bring out Dragoon, just a free negate right out of the blue. And there's Mirror Jade, the Iceblade Dragon. This is a one-off. I don't see a need to play more than one. Simply, you can control only one, and once per turn, quick effect, you can send 1 fusion monster to this Fallen of Albaz, and then banish a monster on the field. But this effect can't be used again next turn, so that's a bit of a nice restriction. It's the first time, it's a unique restriction actually. And then we have 1 Dragostepelia. The reason we're playing this is because 1, we're playing Super Poly. 2, sometimes, like this is a negate. This is essentially a negate. So if you're able to bring Dragostepelia out just simply by just fusion summoning. Let's say you have Albion on the field, and you don't want Albion. You have a polymerization. You fuse for the Dragostepelia, and you can activate Albion's effect. So that's really good. And you also get a negate. And Lubellion, 1 Lubellion, why not? If this card is fusion summon, you can discard 1 card and fusion summon from grave by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it from the graveyard. We're also playing 1 Despian Quirites, whatever. During the main phase, you can just zero all your monsters, change all the attack of all monsters other than level 8 fusions to 0. So that's like, oh, your opponent's about to go for like battle attack over something you control, just this guy's effect, 0, everything. If this face-up card leaves an opponent, this card's Anyways, moving on. There's one more effect. I just can't read it because of the new update in Dueling Nexus. I can't scroll downwards, which is really, really weird. Like, why can't I scroll downwards? Anyway, Quirites, I don't care. Iron Dash Dragon. Most of the time, you will end up not summoning this in Titanic Lad. Like, you will not end up summoning these guys. You just end up sending them with like Mirror Jade. But if you do summon Iron Dash, you can just like it's non-targeting destruction, so that's always a plus. That's always really nice. And Titanic Clad is Titanic Clad. You can send it in the special summon during the end phase. Why not? Masquerade also really good. There's a combo to bring out both in one turn, and if you're able to bring out both in one turn, the opponent is practically dead at this point. They only have let's see how many. On the fifth one, they'll be on 6k. So yeah, they only have 8 activate. Wait, no. They only have 7 effect activations, and then they scoop. That's it. Like, or they just kill themselves. They can't do anything. So they either out discard and under 7 cards, or they burn themselves a lot and out discard. That's the only way. Even if they want to activate Dark Ruler no more, they still have to pay 1,200 life points to activate it. Moving on, there's 2 Albion. Albion is very powerful. You can use 1 for Dragoon and 1 for Mirror Jade, so that's really powerful. It's a fusion summon just like Lubellion, just a bit better. And finally, there's Starving Venom. This is a super poly target, but I'm playing Starving Venom simply because Verte and DPE are popular in this format, and I'm very sure we're gonna be seeing a lot of Dragoons on the field right now. So super poly is definitely almost, yes, it is a main in almost every single deck, or in every deck that can run it. Now let's move on to these cards here. Of course, there's the Brave Token Engine. You can choose to run this. It's 10 cards. Is it? Oh no, it's 9 cards. Yeah, it's 9 cards. You want to see 7 of those cards, but you don't want to see 2. Oh! Oh yeah, I missed 1 card. Yeah. Draco back. Yeah, the Equip spell. I forgot this. So it's 10 cards, and you want to see 7 of those cards, which are the Enchantress, the Right, and the Foolish Burial. So here's what you take out. That's 10 cards. So what you take out is 2 Ash, 2 Ash, and the Frightful package, 2 Edge Imp. Where is it? So far I'm counting. There's 4 with if you take out these. Frightful Patchwork, that'll be 7 if you take out all 3, and you take out 1 Polarization, that's 8. Take out both Dark Ruler. Take out 1 Super Poly and both Dark Rulers. Take out 1 Super Poly and 1 Dark Ruler. That's 10. So yeah, that's one way. Or you can, if you want to keep both Dark Rulers, you can just take out 1 Super Poly and 1 Ogre. That's 10. Wait, what? 1, 2. I think I counted wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a cold buyout. Sure, take the cold buyout. It's really amusing how unprepared I am for this. I just wanted, the Despia branded is meta now, apparently. Let's make a deck profile. And finally, the last card I want to speak about, if Mud Dragon is relevant in your locals, like if you think if there are like a bunch of Madolche players, if some players like actually play cards that can be affected by Mud Dragon and Super Poly, play the Mud Dragon instead of the Starving. So I guess that's it for today, I guess. As always, thank you guys for watching. This is in fact my 18th video. I'm a very new Yugi tuber who has only been posting for like 3 months, yet I have 83 subscribers, which is a very small number compared to others. But 83 is better than nothing. Like if every one of them views your video once, every single video, that's 83 views right off the bat. Then I can like add more with time. So consider subscribing. It would be very appreciated, and see you next time.